Every week I analyze the forex market using one simple strategy: wait for the break, confirm the retest, trade with confidence. Let's see where this week best opportunities could develop. So starting off, I'll be starting off with NZD, AUD NZD. Sorry, I'll be starting off with AUD NZD. So if this is your first time coming across my channel, stick to the end and tell me what you think after watching the video to the end. So I'll be starting off with AUD NZD. We'll be running top-down analysis from the top down to see if price will give us a high probability setup this week. So AUD NZD on the weekly time frame, you can see that on the weekly time frame we are clearly bearish on the weekly time frame. This is the lower low and this is the lower high. You can see clearly it's clear: lower low, lower high. So this is how the market structure is: higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So price have kind of retraced back to this zone to continue the lower low leg. But the turn off I have on this pair is that if this should give me an entry signal, then ideally the next candle I'm anticipating for it to engulf this like this to continue the sell down, which is unlikely to happen. It might happen, but in 100% it can only happen in 20% or 10 you get. So but it's just on my watch list, and let's see what the market will do, because on the daily time frame has approached a very strong support and resistance zone. You can see it clearly. Whenever we break, we use it as support, we push up. Whenever we break, we use it as support, we push up. Whenever we break, we use it as support, we push up. So now we break, we want to use it as resistance now to push down. It happened here, but there was no slowdown. So, and also happened here, no slowdown. So here now that it happened, now we have slowdown. Okay, so we are anticipating rejection, a more daily rejection to take the trade to the downside. Understand? Very simple trade. Wait for the break, wait for the retest, rejection, sell. Simple. So on the 4-hour time frame, we are bullish on the 4-hour time frame. This is the higher high, this is the higher low. This is the higher low. So if I get more rejection candle here, or sell, or if price should break and retest this minor zone, something like this, retest here, then I'll look for sell to this place. So but fingers crossed, fingers crossed, and I'll take my profit here. So that is that on AUD NZD. This power is bullish. Okay, so that's what I'm looking out for on AUDNZD. Very clean, simple trade. So CAD JPY. So CAD JPY were part of my pair that I was looking out for last week. Well, I was looking to I wanted to buy from here, but I missed the trade. So price has broken it. So I'm waiting for this retest of this zone to take the trade to the upside. You see, visit our resistance here, resistance, then resistance. So now we are broken up. If price should come down here, give me a rejection candle, then I'll take the trade to the upside. Okay, very clean trade. Break, retest, wait for rejection, will buy to the upside. You can see the weekly time frame. The weekly time frame is bullish. This is the higher high. Yeah, it's kind of choppy here. Okay, make it so to be clear. This is the higher high and this is the higher low. So I'm waiting for, once this week candle close open, it will give a retest, then anticipating it to take this high to create a new higher high, or to come to this place and reject. You get, so it's just very simple. And on the daily time frame, on that week pullback, the daily time frame will have candle here, come to this place, reject, then give me entry signal on the lower time frame, then I'll take the trade to the upside. You see also the 4 hour is bullish. So if that retracement to happen, it will still come to this place, reject, and take the trade to the upside. A quick 1:2 risk to reward. Okay, so the third pair on the list is USD CHF. So USD CHF on the weekly time frame, you can see the weekly time frame, we are clearly bullish on the weekly time frame. Higher high, higher low. So waiting for the week retest to continue the push to the upside. As you can see, no clear area of interest there, but if we go down to the daily time frame, see that this place, this will serve as resistance here. So if we move resistance, we serve as support here. So whenever we are up, we are using it as support to push up. So whenever we are under, we're using it as resistance. So right now we are up. So now we are waiting for the retest to take the trade to the upside. Break, retest, take the trade to the upside, following the trend. Simple, very simple strategy. Okay, so on the 4 hour too, we are bullish on the 4 hour. So if 4 hour should come here, retest this zone and more, this is a very good zone. If this price should come down here, give me rejection here, take the trade to the upside, to be a very good trade, to be a very good trade, high probability trade. Okay, so moving on to the fourth pair. The fourth pair is GBP USD. So GBP USD on the weekly time frame, you can see the weekly time frame, we are bearish on the weekly time frame, but last week created a very strong selling candle, giving us an evening star formation. This is a clear evening star formation, and whenever we have evening star formation, we normally have the sell, continuous sell. Is a strong reversal pattern. So this week I'm waiting for a week pullback, for a week, just normal week, to create on this place like this, to reject here and continue the sell to the downside. Okay, so the daily time frame, on the daily time frame is also bearish. Daily time frame was bullish, but last week made it broke this higher low to create a new lower low. So I'm waiting for the retest of this zone to sell. You see, whenever we are above here, we use here as support. You see, whenever we are above, we use as, whenever we are below, we use our resistance. Whenever we are below, we use our resistance, resistance, supports. You see the pattern. So right now we are below, so I'm waiting for the retest to sell. Clearly what it did here, wait for the break, wait for the retest, then to sell down. You get, so I'm waiting for this retest on the daily time frame for candlestick to body close inside here to sell. If this place could not hold the price, then this is another zone. So once you get here, to wait for rejection also to take the trade to the downside. So if you check the 4-hour time frame, the 4-hour time frame also is bearish. The 4-hour is also bearish. You can see this is the 4-hour is bullish. Sorry, 4-hour is bullish. You can see it's kind of confusing, but let me make it. See, this is the lower low. This is the lower low. So because of this bullish candle engulfed this, so this became the lower high, and this is the lower low. You get, this is the lower low. So immediately this bullish candle body closed above this, so this one became the higher high. You get, and this is the higher low. You understand? So on the 4-hour time frame, we are bullish on the 4-hour time frame. So let me correct that. So and I only need 2 time frame to be in sync before I'll be able to, before I'll be interested in taking any trade. Okay, so that's what I'm looking out for on GBP USD. So the next pair is Euro GBP. So Euro GBP, is kind of a high risk trade, but high risk trade. So it's more like a degen trade. So I'm actually trading against the trend. You get, so let me show you what I mean. So you see on the weekly time frame we are bearish. We are clearly bearish on the weekly time frame. This is the lower low and this is the lower high. So I want to trade the pullback to this area of interest before rejection to sell. You get, so but on this pullback now, you see the weekly time frame is bearish, but on this pullback now, the daily time frame will now turn bullish structure to go to this place, then before will now turn bearish again to continue the sell down. So you see, look at what the daily time frame just did. You see the daily time frame was creating bearish structure. So now daily time frame has shifted bullish. So I'm waiting for more retests to the downside. You can see that we are on the way to retest. You get, to this place. So once you retest this place, you give me rejection, then I'll take the trade to the upside and take my profit here. Okay, so because this zone now is also a very strong support and resistance zone, you see whenever we break, we come back, we retest it, rejection candle, take the trade to the upside. We use it as resistance, we use it as support. You get, so it's a very strong zone, and we use it as the resistance also here. Network is slow, weighing me down. So this is just a very strong zone. Okay, you see, wheels are support, break, wheels are support, wheels are resistance, support. So it's a very strong zone. Okay, so now what I'm waiting for more push to the downside, rejection, then I'll take the trade up. Very simple pattern. So the next pair is GBP card on the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, we are bullish on the weekly time frame. You get, this is a very clean trade, a very clean trade. Okay, so now on the weekly time frame, we are bullish. Price broke here, came back to retest this previous structure points, EMA, and previous structure points, one psychological level. Okay, so and you see, whenever we are under, we use it as resistance. So now price broke. So when price broke here, it did not give a clear rejection on the retest, but here now gave a very clean rejection. We break, we come back here, you get, so price slow down here, you get. So if we go down to the daily time frame is also bullish. This is the higher high and this is the higher low. So price have come back here and slow down here. So I'm waiting for the continuation buy to the upside. Okay, so on the daily time frame is bearish. On the 4 hour time frame, 4 hour time frame is bearish, you get. So what I'm actually waiting for, I'm actually waiting for 4 hour to do something like this, to have a more push to the upside, come back, retest here, then we'll have the push to the upside, something like this, you get. Then my stop will still be under this low. Then we target the daily structure points. Okay, so my minimum risk to reward is 1:2. So okay, so that is that. Very simple trade. Break, retest, buy. Simple strategy. So the last but not the least is GPP AUD. So GPP AUD on the weekly time frame, you can see we are bearish on the weekly time frame. You see, we are bearish on the weekly time frame. Okay, this is the lower low and this is the lower high. So price rallied up, rejected from the lower low, wicked into it, but did not body close above it. So wicked into it, so gave a very strong evening star formation engulfing the last 3 weeks candle. So this week I'm waiting for a minor pullback, a weak pullback like this, to give me a weak pullback to this place, then I'll take the trade to this downside. So I'm not looking to take out this low, so I have to be realistic with my take profit. So once it gave me pullback here on the daily time frame, it will be a structure. You get, it will be a structure. Although right now price have not shown sign of retracement, you get, you just slow down here, so you don't show sign of retracement. But this zone is a very strong zone. We use it as resistance, support. You see, it's a very strong zone. Okay, so we use it as support here. All these place supports. So this kind of choppy, but you can see support here. You get, so resistance and resistance here. So it's a very strong zone, and right now, behold, we are under. So I'm actually waiting for something like this. Once we already have the break, so I'm waiting for pullback to reject, to have the sell to the downside. So if I should draw this now, it's literally what I'm waiting for, just like this to the downside. So I'll move this here. You see, you already have the break. So we already have the break. I'm waiting for the retest to now take the trade to the downside. You see, very simple and easy strategy. Break and retest. Okay, so that's what I'm looking out for on this week's pair. So let me arrange it, the ones that are close to entry. So So this one is at the area of interest. Okay, supposed to be there. This one is not at the area of interest, but showing sign of this one. Okay, is not the area of interest. This one is not the area of interest. Okay, one should be here. The Euro GPP is also closed. It should be here. So GPP card is at the area of interest. It should be here. So GPP AUD is not closed. So that is that. So what am I waiting for? I'm waiting for rejection to sell. Rejection to buy. Euro GPP. More pullback to buy. Pullback to buy. Pullback to buy. To sell. Pullback to sell. Sorry. This one is pullback to sell. Pullback to sell also. Pullback to buy. Then last but not the least, pullback to sell. So that is that on my weekly forecast. So thank you very much and see you guys on the next video.